What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka Coach Ke, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time to do the December week 4 paycheck to paycheck budget. This is the second paycheck to paycheck budget I've ever done on my channel. If you missed the very first ratchet one where I did it on plain paper and it just, honey, it wasn't cute, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll link that up in the eye in the sky so you can see the big difference in what I'm going to present to you today. So all of them from here on forward will be done on the notes pages. This is actually the back of my 2018 planner, but once I transition into my 2019 planner next week, these will be done actually like inside the tabs, if that makes sense. So first things first, I'm going to write up here week of, this is going to be December 28th through January 3rd, because January 3rd is when my December budget ends. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and write the income. And my income for the week is $1,807.15 between all of my different income sources. I think I'm going to try to zoom y'all in a little bit. So let me pull back. All right, so first things first, we're going to start with the expenses. So I didn't know at first like how I wanted to do this because everybody kind of does theirs a little bit different. But I think I figured it out, y'all. I think I figured it out. And I'm just going to darken this line a little bit. And of course, I'm the only one that can't follow a line that's straight when it's already there. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write all of my expenses in red because technically it is being deducted from my bank account. So luckily for me, at the end of the month, I only have one expense, and that Cigna is due on the 31st, and the amount is $23.17. Now, most weeks you're going to see more stuff being underneath this particular category, but this week, this is the only one. And that typically happens my first 2 weeks, or not the first 2 weeks, the first week and the last week of the month. And I'm going to have to go and buy me a ruler because once I get into my actual 2019 planner, it's got to be a smooth line or it's going to drive me crazy. Gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do over here, now I'm gonna total up this particular category, which since it's only one, we know that it's $23.17. And then I'm going to take a green pen and I'm gonna write REM for remaining, and I'm just gonna subtract. And hopefully y'all like this setup. I hope y'all do. So I thought long and hard about how I wanted to do this. So far I still have $1,783.98 remaining after just the bills. So some people like to remove like their, what they call the first walls first. Me personally, I don't, because I pay my bills first. Actually, I pay myself first because technically, on Fridays, well, usually on Fridays, sometimes I do it like on Thursdays, I've already calculated how much I'm sending to savings. So I send to savings typically before I even spend the first dime of the week, to be honest with you guys. Okay. So next category we have, and let me see, do I have, this is going to drive me crazy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. See if I can use like one of these budget books or something to draw the line. Yes, I can. My watch should still not be right. Boom. Okay, so now we're gonna do the variable expenses. And technically, so I'm gonna change this And that eraser is messed up because I just tried to erase something that was in pencil down here. Typically this eraser doesn't do this. So I'm just gonna label this as fixed, and it'll be fixed from here on out. And then again, we're gonna do due date and the amount. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the budgeted amount. So this is what my average budgeted expenses that I have on a weekly basis, which basically I take groceries, gas, basically everything minus like business, travel, stuff like that. And then I divide it by how many weeks it's supposed to be in the month, which I go by how many Fridays it is. So of course there's not a due date, and that amounts to $550 per week. So I'm gonna write the $550. Next, what I had already planned, and I'm gonna show you guys the page that I'm going off of. I'm going off of this page. So you guys can see these were literally the only two things that I have for this particular week. All right, so there's no due date for this one. And I'm actually thinking about not going to Vegas, y'all. It's a bunch of different reasons why, but the biggest thing, actually the second biggest thing, is the fact that I'm probably going to take my next contract to Atlanta a lot sooner than I thought. And so my family's taking a big trip together towards the end of June. So I didn't want to have to ask for time off in May, like towards the end of May and towards the end of June. Like asking for time off twice basically in like 30 days and only a 90-day contract is kind of crazy to me. So yeah, I think I'm just not gonna do it. But just in case I change my mind, this is the week that I'm supposed to be doing that. So the company that sends off my planners and stuff, I have to send them the money because I process the payments through my own payment processor. So I basically have to send part of this income to the company because I ship the planner, but they have the planners in stock, if that makes sense. So that's all of the expenses I have for this particular week. And I ain't done because I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to keep up with like my bank account balance and stuff too, which I think is pretty cool how I'm going to end up doing that. All right, so our total here is $1,364.91. Our remaining, because we're still positive, $1,364.91. So our remaining is $419.07. Now the next category is savings. So we're gonna put another line. And here I'm gonna put date sent, because sometimes I don't send all of it on one day. I know y'all probably like, the line is already there. Why do you have to draw it? Because it has to be a thicker line so that it's distinguished. Why I go all the way out there, I have no idea. Look, I just got off work this morning, you guys. So if I'm not my cheery self, that's why I'm tired. I worked 2 days in a row. Okay, so I actually sent money to my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund. I already funded the tax and car sinking fund earlier this month. So we sent that on 12/28. 12/28? Yeah. and I sent $261.34. So the reason why I'm doing this in blue instead of red is because although it is being deducted from my account, it is being sent to another account, and I am adding money to my net worth and my savings and stuff. So I decided not to do it in red. And so again, we have total. So total we sent was $261.34. And what we have remaining is $157.73. Now, I had somebody ask me in the video last week, well, what do you do with the remaining? Like, why didn't you allocate that? I'm not on an every dollar budget, you guys. That's why I don't allocate it. This is just how I do it, okay? It ends up being allocated at the end of the month because of how I do my checking at the end of the month. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to be tracking my checking account every week so that at the end of the month I can make sure everything is all about checks and balances, you guys. Because if something is out of whack, I can go back into my expense tracker, or I can go back into the page that I showed you, my projected paycheck to paycheck budget. I can show you guys that. All right, so we're gonna put projected over here. I'm gonna put a line like this. Okay, so what color do I want to do this? I think I want to do it all in black. Okay, so we're going to put beginning balance. Now, for those of you guys who are new, I do not take my account down to $0 at the end of the month, nor do I do a very small couple $100 buffer in my checking account like most people that you see on YouTube, okay? For me, I begin every single month with $4,000 in my account, unless I have a month like last month where I had basically to pay my rent at my Airbnb before I actually got here, like a week before I got here. So it ended up being in last month's budget. I ended up being over budget overall by like $1,900. So because of that, my account did not reset at $4,000, okay? So you guys will see this next week basically, but what I'm gonna do, and this is really easy. Hopefully y'all can chug along with me. If you got questions, just feel free to leave them down below. So I'm gonna add my income in. So my account started here. This was my income for the week. So here's the balance of my account before deductions start, right? Boom. So we have the fixed expenses were $23.17. Follow along with me, follow along. We have the variable expenses that were $1,364.91. And then, ooh, that just came off. How interesting. And then we have savings. And we put $261.34 in. Let me scoot this up so that I'm not out of frame. So y'all ain't yelling at me. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out just a tad. I want y'all to see the whole thing. Okay, so at this point, this is what we do. So I'm going to take the 64.15.57, subtract the 23.17, subtract the 13.64.91, subtract the 261.34. And that means that our projected ending balance should be $4,766.15. Now, if this was not the end of the month, I would stay here. but technically at the end of this week's expenses is the end of the overall budget, right? So remember I told you guys anything in excess of $4,000 on the very last day of my budget, I transfer that money off to my savings because I'm always resetting myself at $4,000, right? This means that at the end, we're going to have to transfer this $766.15, and I'm actually gonna, I don't want to use this one because this one's messed up. Let me erase this part. So I'm gonna put transfer to miscellaneous sinking fund. And I probably should have did that in red, but that's okay. Which means that the balance is gonna go back to ending at $4,000. Now, I hope y'all following. I hope y'all following. This ain't what y'all see on YouTube, okay? Y'all know I be doing stuff a little bit different. I like to bring a little bit of variety to this space. Everybody kind of does the same thing. Do the same thing. All right. So what you guys are going to see me do when I do the budget results video, where I'm basically going to go through my week 4 expenses and the budget results probably all in one video, right? So what you're going to end up seeing me do is the beginning balance is going to be the same. So I can go ahead and write that in. So it's the income. The only thing that's really projections is this part right here. This part and this part are projections. And the reason why this is a projection is because this all depends on what my ending balance is, right? This is variable expenses. I might not even do the Vegas trip. I know I'm sending the commission. And also, I might not even spend $550 on my budgeted expenses. So if I end up only spending, let's say, $200 on budgeted expenses, I don't even do the Vegas trip at all, I'm going to end up sending the commission. Then what ends up happening is instead of $1,364, we've only spent $264, which means that our account is going to be $1,100 over budget, $1,100 over here, which means we're going to transfer more to our miscellaneous sinking fund. So this should be it. Let me make sure. I'm going to my recurring expenses sheet at the very beginning of my to make sure. I think there's one other expense, another business expense that's in there that I haven't accounted for. I think there is, and I think it's like 25 bucks, but that's okay because we're gonna leave it here. Okay, so I'll come back to you guys at the end of the week. We're gonna fill this part out, see what our actual is compared to our projected, and then I'll probably like write on the side over here what the actual amount is for the variable expenses. That just kind of depends on how I feel, to be honest with you. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys like this setup versus, I wish I had, do I have the other one? Y'all gonna laugh. Like, girl, what was you doing when you gave us what you gave us last week, honey? Do I have it? I don't even know if I have it, y'all. No, I don't. But yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you guys like this setup and if you guys are gonna like seeing it like this on a weekly basis. I am going to go ahead and highlight, and I'll probably highlight in my actual planner too, because I do want to kind of put emphasis on these 4 parts right here. That's where the big emphasis is. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, but other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.